Hello everybody and welcome back to Dead Cells. We're gonna jump right in. We unlocked some good stuff last time. Let's unlock some better stuff this time. This guy again. This is a strange place. This is going to be very pretty when it's done. It's your doing this, isn't it? Ah, yes. Of course you're working on it. Like all the rest, I guess. Come on, man. I'm just trying to live my life here. Trying to live my dungeony life. This guy. Dead again, eh? I know what you've done. Yes. I know all your little secrets. And I'm noting it all down in my little book. That's my job. You've been killing things, I see. Game stats coming soon. Maybe next patch. Alright. So, last time, we unlocked the Vine Rune, which was awesome, and then died on the Ramparts, which was predictable. Yes, I will take the Frost Blast. I like the Frost Blast because it does this. Boof. Frozen enemies. I never use it enough when I have the Frost Blast. As much as I like it, I underutilize it. So, we're going to make this run... Oh yeah, absolutely. We're going to make this run all about getting as much use out of the Frost Blast as we can. Alright, what do we got over here? Toxic Sewers. I think I am going to go there this time because we have not been there yet on this playthrough. Toxic Sewers, that seems like a good spot for episode 2, but I'm going to explore some more of the level first, because I would very much like to get some Scrolls of Power, some upgrades, you know, better myself a little bit before we go into a harder zone. So, let's talk about that dodge roll. Last episode, I was saying some things about the way weapons and items work in Dead Cells that I think are really cool and are going to really help it stand out. I think the dodge roll is also something that's really cool, done fairly uniquely here, that I think is, well, really going to set Dead Cells apart. You've all seen dodge rolls. Like dodge rolls, they're everywhere. Press the button, dodge roll. But, check this out. This I have not seen before. You can actually control your dodge roll. If you've played this a bunch, you probably knew this already, but check this out. Finger off the stick, dodge roll. You see how far we go? But watch this. If I tap left on the stick mid-dodge roll, cancel. I did that wrong. If I hold left on the stick mid-dodge roll, cancel. So, regular dodge roll, cancel dodge roll, regular dodge roll, canceled. That might not seem like a big deal, but it really, really is. Let's say, for example, you have the Assassin's Dagger, and you need to roll behind somebody so you can get your crits and kill them. Now let's say it's somebody who has some kind of forward momentum, either via an attack or the way they move. The purple shield zombies are an excellent example, even though we don't have any right here. When I first started fighting them, they were all... Okay, pardon me one moment. When I first started fighting the purple shield zombies, they were always messing me up because... anytime I'd try to get behind them, they'd like jump forward or just step forward a little bit. My dodge roll would carry me too far, and when I turned around, I wouldn't be able to hit them. I'd have to step forward, and by the time I reached them, they would have been turned around and have their shield up. Which, you know, bad. Can't hit them through their shield. But as I figured out, when you roll past them, cancel the roll as soon as you're behind them, come up swinging. It's subtle. It's a very, very slight difference from your typical dodge roll. but it is just oh so useful. And once you actually internalize that, commit it to your muscle memory, and get it, just built in as part of your process, it completely changes the way you use the dodge roll. Damage from projectiles reduced by 75%. Yeah, totally. We'll take that. Anyway, excellent work, whoever decided that the dodge roll should have a cancel function so that you can control how far it rolls. It really, really makes a difference. 2 grenades? Yeah. Let's roll with 2 grenades. And it looks like that's the level. We're not going to the promenade this time, so let's find a teleporter. And head back to Toxic Sewers. If you are the sort of viewer who is annoyed by not using teleporters, I'm very sorry, but my tendency is to only use teleporters if I have to cross, like, literally the entire map. If it's just for the sake of backtracking a little bit, or, like I went down one path, and it dead-ended quickly and I want to go to the other, typically I'm not going to teleport for something little like that, for a couple of different reasons. One is that teleporting, it just isn't the first thing that comes to mind for me. But two, I actually prefer backtracking a little bit, because if I miss secrets, the more times I retrace my steps, the better chance I have of finding them. Which hopefully is not going to be tedious to watch in any way, but that's, if you see me just run past a teleporter to get to another place that has a teleporter next to it, don't be, you're probably going to be thinking like, oh, why doesn't he just use the teleporter? It's so much faster. You're not wrong. It's just for those reasons, there's a pretty good chance that I'm not going to be using a decent number of teleporters that I encounter. I do not want that. I like the Frost Blast. Teleporter. However, if there's something I'm missing, if there's, I don't know, some kind of bonus or like other things related to teleporters that I'm unaware of, or some advantage you can create that I'm missing out on, by all means, please let me know. This is a good time for a heal. Wow. Leave me a comment. Tell me I'm dumb. Let me know why I'm dumb so I can stop being dumb. Oh, okay. Little intense there for a second. This place, it's pretty tough. It's pretty tough early on. It's definitely a zone that benefits from getting better unlocks. Because I've played this area a lot in my file that we accidentally completely deleted at the beginning of this series, and it sort of stops being, oh, that was the worst. It sort of stops being an issue once you have stronger gear. We are not going to die here. Okay, this is... I can blame the area all I want, but this is honestly just bad play. That was just a poorly timed dodge, for example. Ooh. That's the entrance. That is where I came in. I don't usually get this turned around in the Toxic Sewers, and the solution is to use my map more. Alright, down from here. 4 minutes. We've been up already, sort of. I'm gonna take this path. Yeah. Oh, I really hope that's a wall carrot. It's a carrot. Oh, that's just what we needed. Alright. We're back on track. Area explored. Let's keep moving forward. Those guys, I can tell you right now, they do way more damage than you might expect based on the look of them. It's risky. I can't really afford bad damage now, but let's try it. Yeah, yeah. That is the nice thing about having two grenade items. It's really nice to be able to do a little 1-2 like that. No. I have to find something to hit very quickly. What was I going to say? I had something there and then I got distracted by almost dying. I was trying to use my Frost Blast there to sort of freeze them up for the last couple of hits. Probably not the best idea. I think that's what got me killed. The ramparts. That's good. I wouldn't mind going to the ramparts again, but as before... Ooh, Scroll of Strength. We want to make sure we explore the rest of the level because I'm not necessarily underpowered, but given my performance so far, I want to take every advantage I can get. Oh, that was really bad damage. I am out of heals. We are going to reach a point probably fairly quickly where I can't afford to keep exploring anymore, but we're not there just yet, I don't think. Let's push it just a little bit farther, push it real good, and see if we can recover a little, maybe get ourselves a little bit stronger. That was very close. For some reason I thought I had throwing knives, so I pushed the button that throwing knives would be on, and it's actually my Frost Blast, which would have been good if I had remembered it was a Frost Blast. It's because throwing knives are basically instant, and Frost Blast you have to kind of plan ahead for a little bit, because there is a little bit of a there's a bit of a charge up. Here, this is a great example. This chest, I don't actually want what was in it, but in the off chance that it had been something amazing, it totally would have been worth the extra exploration. Oh, that was way too close. That was way too close. Those guys... There are so many things in this in the toxic sewers that can just completely screw you over if you lose focus for even just a second. Which is good. That's why I feel that's one of the reasons that this game is so engaging. It takes the Dark Souls approach in that method, in that not everything is disgustingly brutally hard all the time, but everything is very... That's an elite. Oh, this is bad. Yep, okay, that was a death. That was a death. As I was saying, not everything is necessarily disgustingly difficult all the time, but everything is very dangerous. If you lose focus for even just a second, anything can and will kill you, like that. So, lost a lot of cells there, but at the same time, we managed to make a pretty good investment before death. So, we're just going to take another shot. Yeah, we're going to take another shot. We're going to focus a little better this time, play less sloppy, because a lot of that was just, you know, that was my fault for being bad. We're going to do better this time. Bear trap. Good start. Good start. Have a bear trap. He's bear trapped. that bear trap do increased damage done by 35%? Yeah, that's the little buff thing that I was seeing. Come on. There we go. Okay, what are we going to take? We're going to start with damage, because I always start with damage. I much prefer a glass cannon to a tank, to be perfectly honest. That may be the wrong decision in lots of in a lot of situations, but I'm going to stick with it either way. If there is one thing I can say for my playstyle, it's consistency, except not really, because I'm not really that consistent, if we're being perfectly honest. Sturdy shield, I like the stun it gives, so we'll take it over the bow. I feel like I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, in the Dead Cells community at the moment, the general consensus is that shields are bad. I agree that I don't particularly like shields in general, but if you get the right shield, and if you train yourself to use shields properly, shields are most certainly not bad. The assault shield, especially. That's kind of the one that hopefully everyone can agree is like better than most shields. But I think shields are not... I wouldn't say shields are bad. I would say that shields are designed to a very specific playstyle that is perhaps not as immediately evident as, say, staying mobile and looking for openings. If you look at it in terms of like traditional character classes, you can basically... Promenade. We're not ready to go there just yet. We are going to try for the sewers again. Anyway, traditional classes, you can look at Dead Cells as... Well, as far as the way you play the game, you can basically build for health and rely on weapons and your weapon upgrades for damage, and just make it so that, you know, you can take a lot of mistakes, you can tank a lot of hits, and it won't hurt you too bad. At the risk of not having a ton of damage, relatively speaking. Or you can build for essentially dexterity, basically go for... well, not dexterity, but you can build yourself as a rogue, or... Yeah, I mean, rogue's decent. Your playstyle being, like, avoid damage at all costs. You're not tanking hits, you're just not getting hit. And I think that's the playstyle that most people favor, just because the dodge mechanic in Dead Cells is so satisfying. People prefer to dodge rather than blocking. Alright, off to the sewers. And the game does sort of encourage this in a sense, the fact that you regain health for hitting enemies immediately after taking damage. Most players tend to lean towards the Bloodborne playstyle rather than Dark Souls 1. Dark Souls 1 obviously being shield until you have an opening and then punish. We're going to work towards unlocking Knife Storm because I love Knife Storm. And I absolutely understand, for the most part, I actually find the dodge playstyle more fun myself. However, I do feel that shields aren't necessarily getting their due respect from what I've seen. Shields are good. Shields absolutely are good. They are... Weirdly, I think shields in Dead Cells are actually a little bit more challenging to use effectively than just the, you know, the dodge and punish method. It's, you know, that's a little bit of a, you know, of a backward situation, I think, from the situation you find yourself in most games that have shields and uses for them. Generally speaking, the shield is all about safety, where 40 seconds ago, man, shield is all about safety, where if you're not super confident in your dodging, or if you don't have a ton of health, you rely on the shield to keep you from taking damage and just stay safe until you see an opening, And then when you see that opening, you punish. And that's your keys to victory in, most combat situations. And it makes sense. Shield represents safety. I'm not sure if it was on purpose, but I think it's really cool that Dead Cells has sort of subverted that, where given the fact that the shield it's almost more of a parry than a block, it's only up for a second and then it goes away. It makes the shield, if anything, more about timing than the dodge roll itself. The dodge roll, if you use it to dodge an attack, it is possible to dodge suboptimally. Hold on one moment. We are absolutely going to take this. I really like the Assassin's Dagger, but these are just better all around, including higher crit damage. Anyway, if you dodge suboptimally, you have still dodged and usually won't take damage for it. You may not be in the absolute best position post suboptimal dodge, but you probably won't be severely punished. You just, might miss an attack or two after coming up from the dodge. Not so with shield usage in Dead Cells. If you improperly time a block with your shield, you are guaranteed going to take damage. Well, I guess not guaranteed. You are almost certainly going to take damage. And that's an interesting... It's an interesting situation to be in regarding shields. Just subverting the expectation that shield equals safety, that was just so bad. Let's heal. This is as good a time as any, I guess. Subverting the expectation that shield equals safety doesn't necessarily create more depth, but it takes what would otherwise be sort of a stale mechanic, shield usage, blocking, and makes it far more interesting. And like I was saying last episode about, I think Dead Cells being more comparable to Symphony of the Night than, say, Dark Souls, this is sort of in the vein of that, because Symphony of the Night used shields, I think, the same way. I'm embarrassed that I don't remember, but I'm pretty sure that shield usage in Symphony of the Night was a period of blocking, and not just your shield stays up as long as you press the button. If I'm wrong, let me know. I want to know. And in fact, I'm probably going to look this up myself after the episode. But that's the way I remember it. I'm going to keep the shield because I kind of want to force myself to practice with it more, especially how much I'm investing into this idea. I should support my statements. Oh, all right. Let's Bloodborne some damage back. Much better. Anyway, that's my spiel on shields. I think they probably don't deserve some of the negative attention they're getting, but I totally understand it because like I said, I personally find dodge and backstab to be a much more satisfying way to play Dead Cells. But I might only be saying that because I'm bad with shields. It's possible that once I get myself good with shields. Oh no, no! This is not the time for a curse. Let me go ahead and explain this though. I've been naughty. I could open this, and it would give me a free item basically, but I would be cursed. And what curse means in Dead Cells is that if you get hit once, you are dead. No worries about health or oh, I can recover it. You get hit once by anything and you die. That is what curse in Dead Cells does, and the other side of that is every time you receive a curse, you're given an enemy count. Okay, so this is kind of a damage downgrade, but I'm going to take it, and here's why. I was talking about synergies last episode. We can create a real cool one here. First of all, I like the Blood Sword because it stacks bleed. This particular Blood Sword does 25% extra damage on a stun target, and we have a shield that we can stun targets with. So yeah. I'm going to take it, I'm going to put my money where my mouth is. Anyway, whenever you're cursed, you're given an enemy count, and you have to kill that many enemies in order to lift the curse. I believe at this point in the game, a curse is... I missed a tangent down there. This is an instance where we are absolutely going to use a teleporter. I believe the curse for this point in the game is 10 enemies. Whoa! So if I am cursed, I have to kill 10 enemies without taking damage. Which is not necessarily impossible, but is definitely not a... I was going to say not a safe situation. Obviously, it's not a safe situation to put myself in. That is an irresponsible situation for me to put myself in. Let's go to the old sewers. How about that? We've been to the ramparts already. We're going to take the old sewers this time, do a little exploring. Anyway, I didn't take that because I don't want to deal with curse right now. I will usually open cursed treasure chests on the first floor, on the first level. What do I want here? Well, let's finish unlocking Knife Storm, and I will absolutely take it with me if they'll give it to me. And then we'll put one towards... Yeah! And we even had a free slot for it. Anyway, I will pretty much always take cursed chests on the first level, because I can reasonably expect that I can survive killing 10 enemies without taking a hit. Sometimes I can't, but it's a it's a gamble I'm willing to take. Not so this far in. I really, really doubt that I would be able to survive killing 10 enemies without taking any damage on the toxic sewers. Now, you may have noticed since I took the blood sword for that cool synergy, I have not actually, except for right there, used my shield at all. We're going to endeavor to change that. There are certain situations where I won't feel safe enough trying to use the shield mechanic, but whenever possible, I think we should try to pull off that combo. Get the stun with the shield, and then do bonus damage and stack bleed with the blood sword. It's cool, and I think it will encourage growth as a player. That was bad. I don't know what just happened there. Did you... You all saw that, right? There was like a ghost image of me standing there for a second. I don't know what did that. Oh yeah, he is the greatest platformer in existence. I'm actually pretty proud of my performance there. That felt good. Yeah, there we go. More of that, right? Hello? Yeah, that's better. That was kind of forced. That wasn't exactly even like the optimal play. But I pulled it off. I made it work. Oh, yeah. Okay, I feel like I'm kind of getting used to that. I'm really liking how this is working out. Oh, I rolled right into that one. Shame on me. But yeah, as you can see, when I managed to pull it off, the shield stun and stored shield stun blood sword combo, given that this blood sword does bonus damage to stunned enemies, it's cool and I like it. Drops a bomb when you roll, damage taken reduced by 15%. It's a blood sword 4, and we have a blood sword 4. Okay. Whoa. I wish I had some way to set enemies on fire because that's cool. We're going to buy this, though. But given that we have no method for setting enemies on fire, I'm not going to take that. All right. Not all right. More all right. Less all right. Oh. Killed for the dumbest reason. Died to poison damage after taking a ton of avoidable hits. I'm not proud of that one. That's embarrassing, honestly. Well, we're going to do better next time. That's going to do it for this episode. If you liked what you saw, if you enjoy my videos, please like, subscribe, leave a comment. It helps out a lot. And if you want to see more, I'm planning to have these posting daily. Thanks for stopping by. I'll see you next time.